It's the counter zone. We're going to have some ambient noise up here in Michigan today. We're having a hurricane, or Michigan's form of a hurricane. So if y'all hear like the beating of drums, it's tin blowing off the roofs of the neighbor's shop. I have my buddy Chris Davis here, who is a local Michigander, if you will. And Chris is like the local motorcycle guru. And he come over here today because I'm a driver. I'm basically a racer, for motorcycles. I don't really know the mechanics of them. I just learned today they have a carburetor. It was really cool. So Chris, come over and just give a little rundown, Chris, of what you did to help crank the Softail today.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm a guru, but thanks. Simple stuff. Gas, new gas, spark, air fuel spark, right? Things run. So
Oil.
kind of make sure it's got its fluids and start going from there.
And what did we learn today about if one set up for a while with oil that was pretty interesting?
We learned today that they will pump oil out of the crankcase after they've been setting for a while. And it makes a nice little spill on the floor.
Yeah, looks cool.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Dramatic effect.
It was awesome. Thank
Smoking
you.
oil.
And it was great. We took a little break, grabbed us a pint, and had the charger on it. And man come back in here and he popped it and it just fired right up. It was magical. It was awesome. He did good work.
Motorcycle guys were with us.
Exactly. So we're going to do 10 questions. They're easy questions, and we'll do some quick fire questions after that. So you ready, motorcycle guru?
Fair enough, no guru.
What was your first bike?
1973 Kawasaki 90.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So a little zoomer.
Yeah, it was a dual sport. I wish I remember the call letters of it.
Yeah.
It was a dual sport. It was plated at one time. My dad brought it home in a box and fixed it.
Anything like 50 to 100 cc's, those will break your arm and leg, and they're dangerous, man. Yep. Wheelies are burnouts.
Oh boy, depends what I'm on. I like them all.
So it just depends what you're on. So I would imagine on that little 90 would be more wheelies, right?
Yeah. Dirt bikes, wheelies all day long. Harleys, burnouts.
So
you've witnessed a couple.
Oh yeah, I have. I've seen some really good burnouts that we've put on the old Instagram. Full face, open face are the big bubble.
Well, I'm not a bubble guy, although it does have its place. Retro cool, right? Depends on the bike you're on. Full face for highway stuff, and I like open face for around town because I like to be able to see. So I wear both.
Yeah, a little mixture.
Once again, depends on what I'm
on. Chaps, jeans, full leather pants, or do you just wear like cut off denim?
Thong.
My man.
No,
I've seen that at Bike Week on both the men and the women.
Yeah. Usually just jeans, chaps if it's cold.
Mm-hmm.
I use them more for weather than I do for protection. I don't know if that's smart or not, but that's kind of how I roll.
It's great. In Louisiana, when I've ridden like a motorcycle during the summer, it would be like being in a hairdryer. It was crazy, just the hot wind hitting you. And up here, I can't imagine, even at spring at night, it's pretty dang cool how it could be a 60, 70 degree day and then turn off.
Yeah, there's no reason
you got to have the chaps.
Shorts.
All right, this goes back kind of your first question, too. For a starter dirt bike, man, and I know this has to do with height or whatever, but are you like 60, 80, or a 125, and I'll help you hold it up while you drive off? Or a 50 cc,
I guess it depends on the person and their abilities. I started my son off on a PW 80, no training wheels.
Yeah.
And he was 4.
That's awesome.
And I just told him to leave it in first gear, and the next thing I know, I hear second gear hit in the backyard. So it all depends on the want. If they're scared, obviously a small bike, if they have the drive and want, then see what you got,
For sure. Shovel, panhead, or Evo?
I got a soft spot for shovel heads.
Got a soft
Just
spot
the way they sound. I don't own one. I wish I did, but man, are they nice.
Plans for one day?
Nothing is off the table.
Nothing's off the table.
Ever.
Ape hangers, straight bars, or hanging low?
boy, oh boy. Not a big ape fan, but I don't mind a little bit of rise.
Yeah.
It's comfortable.
Heck yeah. And I guess also it depends, like for the low bikes or low ones or whatever, depends on the bike too or what you're building.
Right.
And all.
I had straight bars on a bike once before. It was cool around town.
Yeah.
Fun, but sucked on the highway. So once again, what are you doing?
For sure.
If you ride everywhere, you need something different.
Girls wearing bras are horrible, yes or no?
Say again. You hit me quick with that one.
We can go to the next one.
Girls wearing bras, horrible? Yes.
Yes.
Extremely
yes,
horrible.
Um,
I'm a little slow.
man, what's your favorite cigar? You're a cigar man. Do you have a favorite?
I do. I like Oliva V, Series V, Milanio, I think they call it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good stick.
Nice. You have a favorite beer?
Free.
Free, my man, and cold.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sometimes hot beer can be good, but you have to be desperate. A favorite bourbon or scotch or anything, or whiskey?
Just developing my taste for bourbons. Mm-hmm. So far, I really like Evan Williams, just a straight up black label.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one,
Yep.
man, for sure. Now, look, man, this is the last of the 10 before we go to the quick fire. If you could, God forbid, but if you had to go to one bike for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh, that's a horrible question.
Isn't it, though? It's rough, huh?
One bike for the rest of my life. Honestly, I'd probably stick with my Road King because
Would
I've
you?
had a lot of bikes. And this has been the one size. This is the Goldilocks bike.
For sure.
It does everything.
Yeah.
It's not too big, like a big full dresser, but it's big enough to load up and hit the road and see you later 4 states later.
That's good to know.
So
I like that. And that's
Yeah.
a really good bike. And then what else is in your quiver?
Triumph Thruxton,
Nice.
which is fantastic to ride. Extremely fun. Makes you feel like a kid again.
And did you actually build that for your lovely wife, Lisa, or is that secretly for you and you told her it was for her?
No, it's for her.
It's for her?
She can ride it whenever she wants. We had some lessons on it the other day. She
That's
up and
awesome.
down the driveway, out on the road. Her and my son are going to sign up for the motorcycle safety class at the local community college, so they should be licensed hopefully by the end of the summer.
Oh, nice.
So yeah,
That's awesome, man. That's good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
All right. These are a little quick fire. Metric or standard?
standard
Japanese or USA?
USA,
Japanese or British?
Japanese,
British or USA?
USA,
Suzuki or Yamaha?
Yamaha.
You said that
no
one.
hesitation.
Kawasaki or Honda?
Cowie.
You did say Kawasaki?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because I was like, if you said Honda, I could no longer be your friend or you look you in the face.
Yeah, I got no for Hondas.
I'm not, man. I'm not a real fan of a lot of the Japanese bikes, but man, Kawasaki's the dirt bikes are near and dear to me, and I've had a Vulcan. Okay, bike week, ride or trailer?
No, loaded question. Depends on your circumstances. I would like to ride, but if you can't, I understand trailers.
For sure.
If you're pressed for time, you got to do what you got to do. But bikes do not belong on trailers.
No, they do not. Crescent or socket?
Socket.
Which team do you
Crescent
think?
wrenches should be banned.
Which team do you think I'm on?
Do I have to answer?
I love crescent wrenches. Boots, shoes, or flip flops?
Oh,
On a bike. On a bike.
Okay.
On a
I was gonna
bike.
say, what am I doing on a bike? A decent boot's good.
Disney boot. Now put boots or shoes.
Oh,
I might have been a little bit drunk when I
That's
did
okay.
these questions.
Might be drunk when I put them on. I generally wear like a mid-cut boot.
Make a boot, yeah.
Yep,
yeah.
hiking boot at least.
I get that. And then this kind of go back to beer I was going to say whiskey, but since you're new to the bourbon,
Yeah.
beer or bourbon is what's your go-to?
I drink more beer than I drink bourbon, so by default I have to say beer.
Oh heck yeah.
But I do like clear liquor. I'm a gin guy.
I just a gin guy.
Yeah.
Gin's
You like gin?
No sir, no gin for Christopher Goad. I just recently learned this. But I was amazed at all of the floor drains in garages and shops. This one has one in it in Michigan. And what are those for?
Peeing.
Peeing? That's the better answer than what other people told me.
Well, they do a lot of things.
We're going with peeing.
Yeah.
And it's cold and windy outside. I don't know if this mic is picking up that wind, but it's crazy. Drag racing or drifting?
Oh boy, cars.
Yeah, cars.
All right, we added 2 wheels.
Yeah.
Drifting's fun.
Yeah.
But I like watching drag racing.
Same.
We'll go with drag
I'm
racing.
team drag racing.
Yeah. Drifting's fun in the snow.
Oh yeah. Back home, I didn't when I first saw about like drifting, I had to look what it was. And back home, like if you're doing that like in a V8, like say a Camaro, a buddy of mine had a 79 Camaro that was super fast, and we call it power sliding.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, you mean all this time power sliding is drifting?
Right.
We've been doing it, and I didn't even know it.
Yeah.
Ford versus Chevy. Ford. What do you think about Dodges, but know where you're at?
I'm learning to have a great appreciation for them.
You do have a sweet Chrysler Jeep, so that's cool.
So yes, I'm becoming a Mopar fan slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely. Your favorite Japanese car?
Car?
Yeah. We asked the hard questions.
Know of any Japanese cars?
You didn't even know that they made Japanese cars. Supra. That sounds good to me. We'll have to both Google later to make sure that is a Japanese car.
I think it is. I heard my kid talk about it.
Okay, baggers. Getting that frame of thought.
Yep.
Burnouts or wheelies on them?
Burnouts are always fun.
Okay, I'm mixing a little what do you call it? Eastern Bloc goodness up into this one. So a Triumph, a BSA, or a CZ in that same genre.
Boy, I really like Triumphs.
Triumphs? Yeah.
I've never owned either of the other two, but Triumph's got a pretty nice bike.
Before I moved to Florida from Louisiana, I had an opportunity to buy a 66 Shooting Star from a local Harley shop that they had refurbished for $2,500. And man, I went there, sat on it, drove around the parking lot, looked at it, and it was the same year I was born. Absolutely gorgeous bike. Man, they're really cool. A 66. Oh, okay. I'm 42. But man, I was like, oh, I need this money to move, go down there, make sure everything's cool. And I regret not buying it. Those are really cool bikes, but they're the same genre as the Triumphs and all.
You know what BSA stands for, right?
Oh my gosh, now I'm at a loss. It's damn it.
Bastard stopped again.
Bastard stopped again. That's not really it. I know what. I have a 73 MGB GT, and MG stands for Morris Garages. Yeah. If we're looping back into Eastern Bloc shit, because I have a little CZ 175 back in the boot. I need to get up here. The tank's in the corner, right, where is it? Right there.
Okay.
Can't see it. It's a cool looking little tank. It's stamped CZ in it. If you had to drive a CZ from Czechoslovakia, would you always have an AK-47 strapped to your back?
Most definitely.
What's your favorite brand of tire, motorcycle-wise?
Well, I'm a pretty big fan of Michelin's.
Michelin's?
Yeah. For road bikes. My dirt bikes.
Yeah.
I've had good luck with them.
Yeah. If you were to build a hot rod, what do you think you would build?
I like traditional hot rods. 32 Ford type stuff.
For sure.
With a flathead. I don't want any small block Chevy crap in a Ford. No. I want
a flathead back there too.
I want period correct.
Yeah.
Like Ralph Malph's car on Happy Days.
Exactly, man. Yeah. That's a cool ride. Ford.
It can even be a high boy, whatever. No show paint jobs, no, it doesn't have to be $100,000 car or even a $50,000 car. It can be rusty. It can be patinaed. I want a traditional hot rod.
For sure.
Because it looks cool, sounds cool, and is cool. It doesn't have to be fast. It doesn't have to corner. It doesn't have to be whatever. I want a freaking hot rod.
That's what I'm talking about. The old school basic.
Yep.
What year, like, I know y'all recently, what did you and your wife look at? What year truck was that?
1950 F1.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So what year or decade of trucks? Is it the 50s or something earlier or 60s, or what kind of piques your interest?
No, that was actually the earliest that I liked. I do like the later 50s and early 60s.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with those.
Yep.
Anything like to me, the 80s were the last of, like, I had an 83 C10 and those, like, the square body Chevys and those first gen Dodges and those Fords in that era are kind of like my, it's like, I mean, not knocking new stuff because I love it, but man, those are some really good looking trucks before those.
Yep.
What does that say?
You mentioned you might have been.
I can't read this writing. Well, actually, I dictated this, and Lindsay did it. I think what I was trying to ask is, I assumed that it would be good weather here, and you would be in a bike, and I would be asking, when you leave, are you going to do a burnout? But you're in the Jeep because it's cold as fuck.
Right. Jeeps don't do burnouts.
They don't do burnouts well unless they're stuck.
Yeah.
For sure. So, I didn't want to say this. Today, you brought me over. There's a little bell for the bike. Just super cool. It's an eagle and a flag. So, if folks don't know, there's little old demons, little old gremlins that'll get on your bike and cause you to have an accident. And the bell keeps them from hanging onto the frame of the bike and drops them off. Now, if you buy your own, it'll still work. It'll do it. But if it is gifted to you, it works twice as well. Yeah. And so we appreciate that. Yeah. So, man, here's on that. When up here we have a short period of time for biking in Michigan, and what is that time period?
May, if you're lucky.
Yeah.
To October, if you're lucky.
I moved up here in May last year, May 1st, and it freaking snowed.
Yeah, we've had snow in May.
We've
had snow in October.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
Well, man, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you talking to me. Thanks for getting the old soft tail running and all that good stuff. And it was good hanging out.
Yeah, thank you.
Cheers, homie.
Cheers.
Thanks, y'all.